Well, guys. I think there's going to be a complete reconstruction up front. Um, Players like Pulisic, Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi, they all want to leave. So we have to think about replacements. 100% we have to think about replacements.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look, as we did a video not that long ago saying that it's been reported quite widely out there that players like Hudson-Odoi, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, they're apparently desperate to leave and throwing Timo Werner in that mix. That was the report that was hanging about. Obviously, Timo Werner has left, and we're in a situation where as once again reported by many reporters out there, that Thomas Tuchel's looking to strip up the entire attack and bring in a whole new set of attackers, which, if you're going to get rid of all those players, it makes sense. Let's get the players that you think are capable of doing a job for yourself, as opposed to keeping players that you think are just not going to, do what you need them to do, that you think they're average as well. So already we've lost Lukaku and Timo Werner. So you'd have to imagine we get a striker in. There is no way we're moving in for the remainder of the season, not just in the Premier League, but Champions League and all the domestic cups, just with Havertz and Armando Broja. So I know time is running out. Like, we've got, less than 2 weeks, or just about 2 weeks to go. I think less than 2 weeks. But surely the Aubameyang deal happens. Because we are thin up front. Yeah, with 2 strikers gone, we're definitely thin up front. Now there's rumors about Christian Pulisic. Apparently he is definitely desperate to leave. He wants regular game time, World Cup season. He needs to be playing. Hakim Ziyech as well. He's fed up of just being in the bench. Some of his key years are now passing by. Hudson-Odoi has stagnated. So all these players, this is why we're probably linked with Anthony Gordon, who's probably a like-for-like for Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi has been playing predominantly right wing-back for us. So Gordon will probably fit in there. Gordon probably play on the left side as well, if need be, as a backup. His left-footed crosses are not bad at all. I could probably say he's both-footed. Obviously, right foot is his favorite foot, but there's been plenty of instances where we've seen Gordon with the left foot. In terms of Christian Pulisic, look, maybe we get someone up front like Zaha and also Ziyech as well. Both of those players leaving, you may be opening up room for Wilfred Zaha. Who knows? Crystal Palace are out there trying to deal for Ismail Sarr from Watford. So makes you think maybe there's something there. Wilfred Zaha only has 1 more season left at Crystal Palace. So maybe something is brewing in all of these fronts. Let's have a look at the latest that's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Exclusive: Manchester United are considering taking USMNT captain Christian Pulisic on loan from their Premier League rivals Chelsea, the Athletic can reveal. Apparently, the word is Thomas Tuchel likes him, but obviously doesn't consider him as a starter, can't trust him as a starter. And Todd Boehly, he doesn't really want all of these loan deals everywhere. He wants permanent deals. How do I feel about Pulisic going to Man United? Honestly, Pulisic hasn't, besides that, post-lockdown where he was electric, there hasn't been any other instances where he's put together a patch of great form. There's been bits and pieces here and there where he's been good, but there's been predominantly where he's not been very, very good for us. And in recent times, it seems like he's lost a bit of pace. He can't seem to take his man on. I don't know whether that is due to confidence. Perhaps it is, maybe just not feeling comfortable in the environment at Chelsea Football Club. And maybe it is time that he finds himself a new home, a new environment. Man United, he's probably going to start there. Rashford is absolute rubbish over there, and Sancho is on fraud watch, no doubt about that. He's probably going to start over there, but Is that the team for you, my man? I mean, they're in the mud. You're going to feel even worse going there. But look, from a Chelsea point of view, if we're not going to use this particular player, let's get rid of him. Let's get rid of him. This is what I've been saying. I think it's just as important to get rid of players because you don't want to harness, you don't want to harbor players that don't want to be at Chelsea Football Club because that could turn out to be, a bad smell within the group. You want players that are focused to be with Chelsea and want to work hard for Chelsea and at the same time has a role at Chelsea. So by all means, go to Man United. I've got no issues for it to be a permanent deal. But from his point of view, is that the right move? Everyone has been snubbing Man United. Every single player has been snubbing. Even Timo Werner snubbed Man United. Yeah, look at what Frankie de Jong he doesn't want to go. They're throwing money at him. He does not want to go. So something to think about for Christian Pulisic. Is that where you want to go, my man? But if that's the case, then that's the case. Christian Pulisic, 23, has been frustrated with his lack of starts under Thomas Tuchel and wants to play more minutes ahead of the World Cup in Qatar winter. Makes sense. He wants to play more football, so he wants to leave. Chelsea are open to letting Christian Pulisic leave on loan. Told Greg Berhalter has also advised him to get regular game time. Pulisic is an automatic starter for USMNT, but told Berhalter wants him playing more regularly. As Andy Mitten reports, MUFC interested. Newcastle United, I think Newcastle is probably a good spot for Pulisic to go. But as reported back in June, I'm still told Pulisic is tempted by Serie A. Should the option present itself, Juventus have expressed some interest, but it remains to be seen whether they advance it. Pulisic has spoken to Weston McKennie and would be prepared to move. Look, Serie A is a good option as well, but yeah, look, time for you to move on, Christian Pulisic. I think it's over for you at Chelsea Football Club. Look at this. This is another interesting development. Todd Boehly is considering a bid for Casemiro, according to Graham Bailey. Graham Bailey, I don't know, man. He comes up with a lot of wild stuff. Look, I can understand the link here. Chelsea have been looking at Casemiro far longer than Manchester United, and a bid of 51 million could tempt Real Madrid to sell. Look, Man United were the latest one linked with Casemiro heavily now getting touted. I don't know whether the deal is getting close or not. Apparently, he's asking for insane wages, somewhere around 400k. He's what? Let me have a quick look at his age. Just bear with me, guys. Casemiro age. He's 30 years old. Like I actually thought he was quite older than that, but he's going to be 31 in February. Right now, he's 30 years old. He's part of that dynamic trio of Casemiro, obviously, Kroos, Modric. Yeah, people are touting that to be one of the greatest three midfielders to play for one certain team. Look, as a DM, Casemiro fits the bill. Like, there's a lot of hate in the Chelsea fan base at the moment for Casemiro, but for me, he's a tremendous DM. He's very neat at the back, keeps the football very simple. Look at the stuff he's done for Real Madrid, and maybe he's another player that requires a new environment. Obviously, they've got themselves Camavinga over there. They've got themselves Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni is going to take over, and that's probably the reason why he needs to move on. They still have Modric, Kroos, but Casemiro, ball control, being able to ball playing ability, being that register, basically. I see no reason why he can't play that. I'm pretty certain he's a Brazilian international as well, plays for Brazil on a regular basis. He's a very good player. I've got no issues with that. I don't know why certain parts of the fan base are against, if Chelsea ever went for him. Look, is it going to happen? I don't think so. This seems like Graham Bailey has found a great opportunity to link this player because he's now up in the market. We are looking for perhaps, a player that can rotate with Jorginho. And the rumors about Man United came in, and Graham Bailey probably thought, let's write up a story for Chelsea as well. So it kind of makes sense from that perspective. But if he's looking for 400k, you're not getting that. So he's 30, moving into 31 in February next year. Maybe he's looking for one final payday. And, my man, you probably need to go to MLS or maybe in Middle East. But you definitely still have the quality. I'm not one of those fans who's going to say Casemiro is not going to work out. Casemiro definitely, in my opinion, at Chelsea will be very good. 3 at the back, Casemiro in the middle. As I said, he's physically he's quite competent. As I said, ball playing ability, vision. He's robust in the sense that he commands that position well. So for me, this is fine, but I don't think Casemiro will happen. 51 million as well for Casemiro seems a bit outrageous. That level of money, I would rather save and see what I can do next season if there's any up and coming DM that's coming along the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know how you feel about Casemiro. 51 million, possibly high wages as well. I like the player, I like the profile, but those deals, those contract, personal terms, requirements is not something I like. Look at this. West Ham United have walked away from Emerson over high wage demands. This is what I said a couple of videos ago. Let's not screw this up. Let's really not screw this up. We're apparently looking for 20 million for Emerson. Once you ask for such a high amount of transfer fee, it really makes it very difficult for the opposition club to then also provide a suitable personal term agreement with the player. Because when you pay 20 million for the player, and if the player is looking for higher wages, you can't really have that much wiggle room. But if you're looking for about 15 million or somewhere between 10 to 15 million, you've opened up some money which then can be used for wages for in this case West Ham to negotiate with Emerson. And on top of that, from a player's point of view, Emerson, why are you thinking, man? You're not going to be part of the Chelsea squad. You simply won't. Now with Cucurella in there, he's going to play predominantly in left wing back until Chilwell can properly compete and give Cucurella a bit of a run for the money. But even then, Cucurella will probably play as a LCB at times. Emerson, you've got no hope. And if we get Gordon could potentially at times play as a left wing back as well. You're not going to play. How are you trying to decline this deal when you probably would have started for West Ham? It's mad. And over high wage demands, what do you want to do? You just want to stick around at Chelsea Football Club, rod. World Cup season, my man. Oh yeah, Italy's not in the World Cup. But look, Emerson, man, if I didn't think you're that type of a player that's just willing to be in the squad, get the wages that you're getting at Chelsea Football Club and not show any ambition. God knows who else is interested out there for Emerson, maybe some teams from Italy, but I can tell you for a certainty, no Italian clubs are going to be offering you what you're on at the moment. I'm not really exactly sure how much you're on, but I'm pretty certain it's probably more than 100K a week. And I don't know how much your demands are. If you're looking at 150 or whatnot, that's a bit mad. You've got to humble yourself as well. You all know superstar. Let's just put it that way, Emerson. But that particular scenario is dead as well now, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, it's very important to get rid of these players. And if these players don't show ambition to go, some of them, that's mad. This is why I appreciate Lukaku and Timo Werner. They showed ambition to go. Timo Werner took a pay cut. So did Lukaku. I don't understand why these players are not looking to take a pay cut and move on, which is quite mad. Chelsea and Fofana have an agreement on a 6-year contract. Fofana is now waiting for Chelsea's new bid on Pulisic. Todd Boehly is not too happy about loaning players they trust to important clubs up to Boehly. So as I said, Fofana, apparently an agreement for 6-year contract is done. The personal terms, I always knew that wasn't going to be an issue. He's going to have to hand in a transfer request for Fofana. Thomas Tuchel is a big fan of Broha, but he wants to play. If Chelsea sign one more important striker, they could consider a last-minute deal. Tuchel is pushing Boehly for Aubameyang, and he doesn't need a lot of time to integrate him into Chelsea's ideas or system. Look, we need Aubameyang. In my opinion, we need Aubameyang. And if that means Broha feels that he needs to move on, I'm sorry, mate, then move on. I want you to stay at Chelsea Football Club. I want you to get those minutes off the bench. Stay patient, my man. You're not 35, do you know what I mean? You're not 30, you're not 25, you're 20. Stay patient. You're going to get another contract with Chelsea Football Club. Apparently, that's the word that's going around. So you're probably going to get a bumper deal in terms of wages. And you will get minutes off the bench. Aubameyang is 33. He ain't going to play every single game. So you will get minutes. But if you think that's not good enough, you want regular team, by all means, move on. Because for me, I need Aubameyang. I definitely need someone up there who's experienced to score goals. And then, I can't imagine going through the rest of the season with Havertz and Broha. And we've seen already Havertz. Look, his work rate was good against Spurs, but I need goals, man. I need goals. And he missed an absolute sitter. If Tuchel wakes up tomorrow morning and changes his mind on Ronaldo, then Todd Boehly would be on it. As for him, it's a yes. But for Tuchel, it's no since July. So look, I think Todd Boehly has connections with Jorge Mendes, which is Ronaldo's agent. I think if as reported here from Fabrizio, if Tuchel says go, I think Ronaldo's a Chelsea player immediately. But Tuchel doesn't want him, and I'd rather him sticking with what he wants. Stick with your plan, stick with your belief. If you want Aubameyang, we should try and get you Aubameyang. That's the bottom line. In regards to Wesley Fofana, ladies and gentlemen, look, the word is apparently we're shaping up for a £77 million offer. I don't think that's going to cut it. I think Leicester wants 80 plus. So if it's £77 million plus add-ons, maybe it's something that we can work on. But this player definitely doesn't want to stay at Leicester anymore. And do you want to keep a player that doesn't want to stick around at your football club? That's a lot of money as well, 77 million. For me, this seems like it happens, but as I said, Leicester has all the power. They could potentially just say, do you know what? F it. We're keeping him. No, he's too important to let go of. So, look, as I said, we're running out of time. This needs to happen very soon. The third game week is coming up very, very quickly. And Leicester could be in a position where they may not have a replacement lined up for Wesley Fofana. And if that's the case, then it's probably not going to happen. Everton are open to the idea of a Chelsea player plus cash for Anthony Gordon. Talks are ongoing at the moment. Gordon hasn't handed in any transfer request. I see why this can't happen. Everton are in the mud. They're going to be up for the relegation battle. Their team is not good enough. And I know Gordon is one of the important players, but if you can give us Gordon and take some players from us in the likes of Batshuayi, Barkley, maybe even take loan Billy Gilmore, who knows down the track, Armando Broja. I don't want to let go of Armando Broja, as I said, but Batshuayi, Barkley, Billy Gilmore on loan, buy Batshuayi and Barkley and get Billy Gilmore on loan. I think you need numbers. You need numbers, you need options. And it's not like Gordon has set the world in fire for you guys. He's a very good player. I wouldn't mind getting him. I completely understand the profile, why we're going after him, because of that explosive pace. He can take on his man as a wing-back, whether it's on the right side or the left side, he'd be perfect. So, look, Everton, do the right thing, take some of our players and give us Gordon. Aubameyang to Chelsea, very hot. This is from Gerard Romero. Look, I think this will happen, ladies and gentlemen. Aubameyang to Chelsea Football Club, but we need to make it happen quick. We need to help Sterling out massively up front. And personal terms, I hope it's not a long-term contract, because obviously he's only 30. He's 33, so we shouldn't be looking at 3, 4, 5 years. Short-term contract, reasonable wages. Let's make this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about all the news that we've gone through. Christian Pulisic, Aubameyang, Gordon, Fofana, Casemiro. I'd love to hear from you guys how you feel about each and every one of those ones. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I should see you guys for a live, hopefully sometime tomorrow, early UK morning. Until then, see ya.